Hello everyone, welcome to Advanced Surveying course. Till now we have discussed satellite photogrammetry, some topics on satellite photogrammetry. In this lecture we will see the recap or revision of all those concepts. If you look at what is the definition of that word called photogrammetry, it is nothing but photo means light. So with the help of light we will take the photographs, and from that photograph we will draw something, we will draw some information, or we will measure some information. We will measure something from the using the photograph. In a simpler way, the definition is like this. And if you see what are the different types of photogrammetry, we have discussed about terrestrial or ground photogrammetry, one classification, and another one is aerial or satellite photogrammetry. Terrestrial photogrammetry is nothing but the photographs that we are taking when we are at the ground. We are present at the ground, we are taking the photograph. That means these types of photographs are called horizontal photographs. Aerial or satellite photograph means obviously with the help of aircrafts or satellites we will take photographs. So that those type of photogrammetry or that type of photogrammetry are called aerial or satellite photogrammetry. And obviously the axis of camera will be vertical, so the photographs will be somewhat vertical photographs from aerial or satellite. The axis of photograph or of the axis of camera in the terrestrial or ground photogrammetry are horizontal. If you see the photogrammetry applications, we have discussed these things also. Metric photogrammetry and interpretive photogrammetry. Metric, again from the name itself, metric means measure. That means from the photograph we will measure some quantities like height of tower, distance between 2 points, length of the road, length of a road line, kind of things. Interpretive, again from the word interpretive, means something we will get some information. We will draw on some information from the photograph, like location of some important points, kind of things. So if you go into detail what is terrestrial photogrammetry, I already told it is the horizontal way of taking photographs. We will present at the ground means we are present at the earth. So the camera axis is always horizontal. Look at this. The camera axis is horizontal. So these are the images. These are some of the examples. If you see the terrestrial photogrammetry examples. So if you see the terrestrial photogrammetry is almost similar to plane tabling, but with the help of cameras and all we are taking photographs, and from that photograph we will get some information. Okay. Now if you see what is aerial photogrammetry, again aerial surveying, don't confuse with the words, these are similar. Aerial surveying, aerial photography, aerial photogrammetry are all the same. It is nothing but taking photographs from air. This is very important. And as I said, the camera axes are always vertical, which is mounted on an aircraft or satellites. The wider scope is satellites. If you see the images of aerial photogrammetry, like this, we will take photographs like this. So if you're coming to aerial photogrammetry, we will talk about aerial survey. So aerial survey is a combination of taking photographs and getting information from the photograph. That is called photo interpretation. This is very important, because we are taking photographs because we want to draw some information from the photographs. So what is the background of aerial photogrammetry and what are the flight trips? Generally we will make the flight to get the information of an area. We will draw some strips, we will plan the flight travel so that we will have enough number of photographs. And obviously in the future class also it will come overlaps of photographs, longitudinal overlap and side overlap. These things in future class it will come, and again in the class also I have discussed. Just go through those concepts. So if you see this overlap, whenever the flight is going like this, these are the ways it will capture the photograph. This is called longitudinal overlap, is this between two photographs in the same flight trip. Whenever in the other direction, if the flight is going, again there is an overlap between previous flight trip and now. This is called lateral overlap or side overlap. As I said, photo interpretation is very important because we need to draw some inferences. We need to draw something. We need to draw some information from the photograph. So photo interpretation is very, very, very important. So we have also seen what are the advantages of photogrammetry and what are the uses of photogrammetry surveying. Just go through it. Then again, the next topic we have discussed in the class is what is map and what is a photograph. What is the difference between a map and a photograph? This is very important. So map is nothing but, this is very important differences. Map is an orthogonal projection, but whereas photographic is a central projection or perspective projection. This you will understand from the following figures. Let us consider in engineering drawing you have all drawn these kind of projections. This is called a map. This is how the things will look in a map. But in a photograph that we usually taken from the camera or from the satellite photographs, this is called perspective projection. This is how the image will form on the camera axis inside the camera lens. This is how it will look like in the photograph. If you see this is how the object will be on the photograph. This is called perspective projection. This is the difference between a map and a projection. Perspective projection, map and a photograph. These are all some examples, and there are some differences. As I already told, the differences between metric and interpretive, in the name suggests metric means measure, interpretive means we will recognize or identify objects. This is very important. And again, some differences between hard copy and soft copy photogrammetry. Hard copy means hard copy or analog work done using hard copy photograph products and generally involving the use of some mechanical systems. Digital means uses of software. This is this is one of the important concept called types of photogrammetry. We have seen, from that we will get the photographs there itself, from the aerial photogrammetry, terrestrial from the terrestrial photogrammetry. So in the aerial, since this unit is all about satellite photogrammetry, that means aerial photogrammetry, so we will concentrate on aerial photographs. There are two main kinds of aerial photographs. One is vertical photograph and one is oblique photograph, means the angle will be more. Again, in vertical, truly vertical means exactly the camera axis is perpendicular to the earth. And another type of vertical photograph is tilted. That means the angle of tilt is less than 3 degrees. For your reference, here there are diagrams. Vertical photograph, here you can see exactly vertical, perpendicular to the earth terrain. This is vertical. This is vertical. A small tint less than 3 degrees, that is called tilted photograph. If you see the kinds of oblique photographs, high oblique, low oblique. If you want to know the differences, let's look at this diagram. High oblique is somewhat the angle is somewhat higher than tilted photographs, but high oblique angle is very high, so that you will see the horizontal line called horizon. So this is how the photograph will come in high oblique, this is how the photograph come in low oblique, but this is vertical photograph. These things we have discussed in our class also. In a broader way, in a larger view, you can see different types of photographs and different types of camera, means camera axis, how the camera axis looks like. In a vertical photograph, this is in vertical photograph, exactly perpendicular, this is the area covered, this is how the camera lens will be present here, film, this is how it will cover the area. So this is low oblique photograph and this is high oblique photograph. If you see, this is the same area, but I want photograph of this area, but I am getting three different ways. Why? Because you cannot stop the satellite or an aircraft at a position and take the photograph. So the flight will travel like this, so the lens will go, the camera axis will initially perpendicular, then low oblique, then high oblique. This is how it will move like this, and it will take photographs like this. So the types of the photograph, some description. If you see how the photos will be taken, this is how the photos will be taken, some diagrams. And in the class we have derived very important derivation, scale of a vertical photograph. Just look at the notes that I have described in the class, discussed in the class. Please go through the derivation of scale of a vertical photograph. This is very important. And also we have derived one definition, we have discussed one derivation also in the class. After this scale of a vertical photograph is distance between 2 points, how to get the distance between 2 points from the photographs. That derivation also we have discussed in the class. I hope unit 4 I have revised what we have taught till now. So I request each and every student to look at the notes and again in this video to have a revision on unit 4 discussed topics. In the coming videos I will discuss each and every topic of leftover syllabus of unit 4. So don't worry, we will utilize this lockdown time properly and you can have a great learning time. I will post more videos on each and every topic. If you have any topic, if you have any doubt on specific topic, you can let me know on the WhatsApp, so that I will post some videos or video links or like this, so that you will get better idea. Thank you.